Are the Golden State Warriors officially back? In their last 8 games, guys, they are 7-1 and currently are back in playoff contention and are above 500 for the first time since December 23rd, about a month and a half ago. And what's remarkable is in their last 10 or so games, their losses that they have received were a 1-point loss to the Kings on January 25th, a 1-point loss to the Lakers on January 27th in overtime, and then a 7-point loss in overtime on February 3rd, just 10 days ago, to the Atlanta Hawks. Other than that, they have been cruising. They have been beating up on most teams. They did have a close game against the Suns the other night on February 10th, just last Saturday. Draymond Green looks like a great facilitator for this team. Steph Curry is continuing to ball out as the leader. Klay Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, and a lot of the rest of the supporting cast have been amazing as of recently. Today's video, guys, we're going to discuss the Golden State Warriors, their playoff hopes, and how far I think they could go if they end up making the playoffs. Let's waste no more time and jump right into this thing. The first guy I got to give love to is Jonathan Kuminga. In his last 15 games, Jonathan Kuminga is averaging 22 points, nearly 6 rebounds, and almost 3 assists a night. And even dating back 30 games, he's averaging just over 20 points a game. Guys, there's a meme going around Jonathan Kuminga before his haircut versus after his haircut. I don't know what kind of thunderstruck stuff happened in that barbershop, but he has been killing it for the Golden State Warriors. And what's really funny is some nights he's dropping, 25 points a night, 20 points a night, whatever have you. And he's doing it in less than 30 minutes a night. He averages 25 minutes a night. I'm glad that Steve Kerr is, playing a little bit more. There was obviously a little bit of that controversy earlier in the season where Steve Kerr said, listen, John, when I was in my career, I don't think I played enough. I wasn't happy with the minutes I got. I'm glad they could both put their egos aside and just play what's working. That's what championship teams do. There is no ego on a championship team. Following giving my love to Jonathan Kuminga, I also want to give some flowers to Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins. Both of these guys were starting caliber players, all-star caliber players, insanely crucial parts in that 2021 finals victory against the Boston Celtics. And then this season, they are just lagging behind a little bit. Obviously, Andrew has his problems with, his family. That's not for me to talk about. If you want, there's numerous articles about that. My prayers are to the Wiggins family, all of them. But the mental thing, he's not looking the greatest. He's not looking the hottest for the start of the season. And then same thing with Klay Thompson. He was looking very down, not very great, not definitely nowhere near as efficient from three-point land as we like to see. And now over the last 20 games or so, they have been really solid. And one thing I love about Klay Thompson, if you guys are longtime Warriors fans, we're starting to see a little bit of I hate the word vintage, but some of that vintage Klay Thompson. Just against the Jazz the other night, he led the team in points with 26, and he only had 3 threes. So we saw a lot of Klay getting to the elbow, one leg mid-range jump shots. He's bumping into people and taking contact from the mid-range. He's just really getting to his spots, and I really do love that. And it's not like the Jazz are a team of scrubs. And then as for Wiggins, he's kind of going back to, being the third or fourth option, playing great defense. He's very athletic in transition. And for the most part, he had a really rough start to the season as far as his 3-ball goes. But in his last 15 games, he's shooting around 38% from 3. So I will definitely take it, especially as someone who's not the greatest career 3-point shooter. And then you have to give some surprising love to Draymond Green. For me, it's not so surprising, but to everyone else it is. In Draymond's last 15, and that sounded really arrogant when I just said that. Most people just don't like Draymond or don't really see the value he brings. If you're one of the people that do, I apologize. That statement was a little bit arrogant. Draymond Green in his last 15 is averaging just under 9 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists a night, guys. Just doing a hell of a job being the facilitator that we know and love in Golden State. He's very energetic since the suspension. He's looking like he's playing with a new love for basketball, new appreciation for basketball. The other night, Klay Thompson had a post-game interview. It was the last game against the Utah Jazz. And he said, and I quote basically, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he said, Steph, it makes it look easy being the guy. He makes it look easy, carrying the entire offensive load, but we can't let him do that every single night. And I'm really proud of this Warriors team for prevailing, for showing the championship DNA, for being those guys, for stepping up for Steph. Because, guys, Steph Curry, one of the oldest superstars in the NBA, is averaging 28 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and he's shooting 42% from the three, 47% from the field, and 93% from the free throw line. Obviously, Steph is as elite as they come, and he has been absolutely amazing. This season, Steph Curry is just, he showed a lot to Brandon. I can't pronounce his last name. My apologies. I just call him Pod. Brandon has learned a lot playing next to Steph Curry. We see a lot of great flashes of him. He's averaging 10 points, 6 rebounds, almost 4 assists a night. Very impactful bench piece. Moses Moody some nights looks great. He hasn't really gotten much PT. Obviously, Gary Payton, Kevon Looney, great guys to have. Corey Joe, great guy off the bench. Chris Paul's been in and out of the lineup with injury, but he's averaging 7 assists a night, on the season. And then Dario Saric is someone that I always love watching play basketball. Such a wise international, take to the game. Very, very, very talented, knows how to distribute the ball, and he can shoot the hell out of the ball as well. But all of this leads me to say, what's the ceiling? Obviously, that's what you guys want to know. That's why you clicked on this video. What are the ceiling for the Warriors? I'm going to get a little bit bold with my take in saying that I think the Warriors could, make it to the second round. I don't know what exactly that means, if they're the 8 seed or 7 seed or whatever and they squeak in. I just, this is a championship team, and maybe it's not. I could be wrong. It could not be the same team it was, 5, 6, 7, whatever years ago. It definitely isn't that. But they still have the DNA, they still have the core. If, Steve Kerr can put his qualms aside, if Jonathan Kuminga's playing at the level he's playing, if Andrew Wiggins is playing great defense, if Klay's knocking down shots, if Draymond's level-headed being a leader, if Steph Curry is being Steph Curry, if all the stars align, guys, this team can run and run and run and run and really, honestly, run with the best of them. Now, that's a very tall order, obviously. They are very lacking at the center position. Kevon Looney's great, but he gets played off the floor a lot due to his lack of perimeter defense and his ability to not shoot the basketball. Draymond Green, the temper is wildly inconsistent. It's really, really hard to understand what version of Draymond Green you're going to get. Steph Curry can drop 30 or 40 on your favorite team, or he can go 1 for 12. Now, it's very rare that he's doing the 1 for 12 thing, but in the playoffs, it has been known to happen. Klay Thompson is the same way. Klay Thompson is very wildly inconsistent. He's been great the last couple weeks. And Jonathan Kuminga still has a lot to prove, and Andrew Wiggins obviously has a lot more to prove again. So yeah, that's the ups and the downs. But what do you guys think? Are the Warriors back? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys' support as always. If you made it this far, have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.